Lithuanian Sea Museum Part 2. In this video I won't touch the central part of the museum, the most interesting part of the museum, where the flora and fauna. In this video I will mostly say about another part of the museum, which is dedicated fully relationship between sea and human beings. So you need to pass through this bridge, or from the right side there are cash desk, and in the central part there is, as we see now, there is the main part. In the center of this cupola part, let's say, there is a big pool with sturgeons, and around the big pool there are small pools like these ones on the diameter of the circle of this cupola. Small pools with penguins, seals, sea lions, and so on and so on. And also around the central part there is earthworks, and there are a lot of corridors, and inside this usually these corridors were used as communications for militaries, for soldiers, but now the renovation these corridors are used as a museum parts. So you can walk around this central park cupola and to observe such nice animals like you saw before, and for example like this excellent sample of sea lion, king of all the animals, let's to say. And sometimes even you can see how about his behavior. For example, when he comes to the land, let's to say, that's here, and he opens it opens his mouth, and even you can count his teeth. So it's a very nice part of the museum. So let's go further, and you can see these small corridors, and every small corridors now is dedicated to some separate thing. Sorry. For example, this corridor is dedicated to the uniform. This corridor is dedicated to some sunk ships, like the Titanic, for example, some submarine, I don't know. I mean, all the ships which are under the ground, under the water now. Yeah. And so on and so on. As you understood, as I understood, these corridors were used for communications between separate parts of this fort. But now, after the renovation, all these corridors are the part of the museum. So you can see, yes, these corridors before was a part for communication between two towers of the fort, of this fortress. Now we are inside of one ground tower, let's to say. Do you see these three windows? And now I will show you how it looks like outside. Yes, moment. This is always. Oh, here is this ground tower, and before we were inside. Also, there are some interactive games like this. You need to drive some ship. There are some models, and so on and so on. And you can buy ticket which is valid for 2 days. So I recommend you to separate visiting the museum into 2 times, because if during 1 day to observe all the parts, it's very difficult or even impossible.